And we're going to dive in pretty quickly here because I want to make sure we can get in a couple of races. And that does really stress our 2-hour limit over here. So we're going to do as well as we can. And for that, I did technically run an advanced just a few days until the repairs were done and our part was complete, which was a new brake. And I've got it in here. You can see we got 2 brand new brakes we haven't run with yet. We need to get their reliability up. And we are actually going to get everything 100%ed before the race starts. So we might do some shuffling around and something at that point. But it's really, really, really cool. Bum, 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 bum. Pandora, I don't know. That I'm not Aurora 4X tech support. Works fine for me, so I'm not sure what the deal is. You might want to check the Aurora forums and see if they've got anything possible over there. All right. One of the things I do want to talk about at some point, and probably not now, is our drivers. They both have 20 months left on their contract. At some point, yeah, Martin's really good, but he's like the one kind of weak point in our entire thing, simply because he has fairly low marketability. He only has 49% marketability right now because we're modeling tryouts, and he's currently the reigning European champion, but that's going to go away at the end of the season. I have been scouting heavily. I've got lots of things in the queue. I've got a handful of dudes favorited. Dudes in a neutral sense. Dudes and dudettes, but dudes. They're all drivers. They're all dudes in here. Some are a combination of high skill. All of them have pretty decent marketability. Aria is interesting because they are young. They don't have a lot of skill right now, but they have super high potential with Wonderkid here and 97% marketability, which is kind of interesting. But I don't think we're going to switch drivers yet, just because the cost to break contract is really high right now. But maybe after this season? I don't know. We'll have to see, but I don't think... Yeah, Laura is pretty good. We tried to get Laura at some point, and I can't remember why it didn't go through. Oh, well, her marketability is stupid low. She's a great driver, terrible marketability. And she'd be about the same driver-wise as us, but we won't want to grab her, because right now, all of our marketability is really capped on our driver skill, because our team's at 100%, but we're not currently at 5-star because Martson is bringing us down so much. Porter's pretty decent, and Martson, we're only 4 stars because of the temporary stuff. Once all those buffs go away on Martson, I think we go down to 3 stars, and we need sponsor money. We could relegate him to being a spare. I hate the idea of paying him while he's not racing. On the other hand, he does have really good feedback. Maybe we could still use him in practice. I mean, that's a possibility. So yeah, I think actually I'm gonna uncheck Enrica over here, and the reason is that she doesn't have high enough marketability. Right? If we look over here at Iker, for example, 79% marketability, and that's just like vanilla. That's without any mods currently active. He's got a good rating overall. I mean, some of these points are temporary, but he's a really good driver with a really good marketability. That could be a thing. Right now, the cost to break contract on him would be too high. A lot of them are pretty big. The only person currently who's out of contract, I mean, there was What's-Her-Face, but she didn't have any marketability. There is Rhea. Now, here's the thing. For her marketability to count, she has to be one of my 2 primary drivers. If I just hire her as a reserve, it won't count. And as a driver, she's not really there right now. So therein lies the problem. I feel like we're not there yet. I'm still doing some more scooting. I'm going to be continuously checking drivers in between our sessions to see if there's someone who's got good enough skill and who brings in money. Ideally through high marketability, because right now the marketing contracts probably bring in the most. Although the pay drivers can also be a pretty good option. Some of these in here are in fact pay drivers. So we'll take a look. Who, Rhea? Yeah, Rhea's not good right now, but she's got super high potential. She could become almost a 5-star with her potential. So she's going to be a strong driver if she actually starts getting some practice. Which, as a reserve, would she gain XP? Would she gain skill? Do we just pick her up now as a reserve and see how she does? Grab her while she's cheap? I mean, maybe. We don't know how cheap she is going to be. All right, so $500,000, basically $500,000 is what we're paying right now. What kind of what would we be looking for over here if we want to approach her? She's currently interested. Wages aren't very important. It's pretty low. Yeah, so we'd hire you now, I guess, as a reserve. Status isn't too important. I mean, she's probably going to want some money. They say it's not important, but it's kind of a lie. I'll give her a couple of ticks there. She does want a long contract, which is probably okay. We'll give her like a token sign-on fee. Bonus size she really doesn't care about. We can do the thing where we do this, and then we can even promise a little bit. That'll make her happy. Same thing here. Let's see if we can get her for this. You know, for about a quarter of what we pay Maritson as a reserve. We are currently losing money. That's true, but yeah. But it's weird because we do get a cash injection every time we renew our sponsors. So effectively per race right now, we're about breaking even. Let's try her one tick up. We want to try her at 99. We'll see. She has very little patience though. I'm gonna give her one tick of wage. And we'll see what we can do. Okay. Whoa, stop. I'm not designing a part. That was the other thing I needed to do at the start of the stream here. Oh, new vote. Removal of Yoakum. Oh, they want to remove a racetrack. You know what? I'm just going to abstain to accrue some voting power for something that I actually care about. Oh, looks like they are going to remove a race next year, so it's going to be a slightly shorter season. All right, let's talk about our parts here that we want to improve. So we got the new brakes. We could... oh, you know what? I just realized. I think we were never going to run this brake. I think we were going to go and just design another good brake, weren't we? I think we were going to design another good brake. Or were we? The brake things is weird. We have an average, we have a good. There's not really a great option unless we start going illegal. I mean, we can get the better this. I mean, okay, that's fine. That's okay. If we're going to use this, the tire wear improvement is really good. We had this discussion last time. This is really good. It doesn't carry over. The only thing that carries over is this performance number. I think we might have grabbed the tire wear one before, but maybe what we'll do is we'll grab this one for even more deceleration, so we get more points that can carry over to the next season. And as a bonus here, with the extra reliability right away, we can start using this sooner. I think we might do something like this. I mean, the double weight stripping is actually pretty cool, though. Do we get the performance right away? Oh! Oh! I thought it was more deceleration under weight stripping. But no, that brings us up to a 578 cap, which is only slightly more than this. Wait. Shouldn't this one be 15? Okay. 573. 578. To me, that's only 5 better. 543 to 548. Why is this one only twice as good? Even though it shouldn't be 15? Yeah, this lowers the max. Oh, right, but I forgot the base one increases the max as well. So this is stronger. What is going on with this part, though? Yeah, we'll run this one. We'll run this one. I agree. 100%. 100%. Why is this one borked? Why is it only giving me plus 15 deceleration instead of plus 25? But yeah, we'll run this so we can get the highest possible number that we can carry the next season. I think that is excellent. Honestly, even if we don't improve it, the base performance is really good. We get some whiskey and chocolate coming in. It's wedge of brie. Now I'm hungry for cheese. Hey, Quill, follow up on my car. Just got it back. The damage is completely fixed, but it sounds like something is stuck in the air vent. I asked the mechanic, and she is looking into it. Stressful morning. So glad you're here to make it better. Damn, man! That sucks. I hate having an unreliable car or a broken car or dealing with that and then you don't have a round. Looks like it's only when you strip weight. Well, except it's not, though, because it's still giving us plus 15. Like, that's the thing. If it gave me 0, then I'd be like, okay, it's going to give me, like, I mean, this doesn't make sense because weight stripping is just the performance gain part, not the deceleration part. Does it have any extra over here? I guess it does say deceleration plus 25 down over here. So I guess only if you do any whip stripping. But it's still weird because it's still giving me a base of 15. I don't know. But we'll go with this. I think I'm very happy with this. This is going to be okay. So it's going to cost a fair amount of money, but it's going to be worth it. I don't think we're going to do any building construction this season, because I think a lot of them are too expensive. Plus, it does increase our maintenance, and we're still well ahead of the game in terms of, words are hard. Our headquarters and everything like that. Okay, so it is unfortunate we wasted a little bit of time doing some reliability work on this brake since we're not carrying it forward. But still, that's going to be okay. So this is 9 days before race, but so that's in 11 days. How long is it going to take to design this part? 12 days, 17 hours. So we will need to do something else somewhere here in the meantime.
It's whiskey and chocolate.
Let me throw in one of these suspensions then. That's going to be okay. All right. Lingonberry Clown! Hey! I just finished another bag of salted licorice. I think I'm eating them every time you might not be around. I'm not sure. Hey, Quill went to the vet with her bunny 2 weeks ago, which cost $600. Went to service the car today, which also cost $600. Wow. So while I'm already spending money, here's something for the fuel and tire fund. Well, thank you very much for that. Is everyone just having a really bad week? That's really suck. I hope that's your bunny? Hope your bunny's okay. I never had a pet bunny, but I did have some family that did. Okay, I think we're gonna continue with this. Squinting at chat. Looks like it's okay. All right. Advance here. That's one expensive rabbit. Pets are expensive. But, you know, they deserve, to be taken care of. If you're going through the commitment of getting a pet, I mean... Okay, they've upgraded their factory. Good for them. 3 dry weather compounds. Now that is interesting. I'm actually in favor of having 3 tire choices. If I say no here, and then if I abstain, then I could get more voting power from maybe making more spec parts or something like that. But we have some extra voting power already. I think I'm going to say yes. I'm okay with having 3 tires. It's only $250,000. It's not that much money. I mean, it's just pocket change, but we need the money. So I don't see any reason to say no. But I want to go through, all the options in my head. So that seems fine. Let's continue. Chukka chukka chukka. We'll see what Rhea has to say about the contract. Why did it stop here? Is it the first of the month? No. Oh, it's because it's simulating some other races. Nah. Boom, 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 boom. All the races, things are happening. I don't really care that much. All right, Rhea, what did you think of my proposal? Oh, she accepted. Maybe I could have gone for 99. We can still say no, but it is some extra money, but it's not that much more. We're gonna have her do the race. What's her feedback skill? Only 3. Because the thing is, I don't know how the skill gains happen. I don't know if it makes a difference whether or not she drives in the practice. Anyway, I'm gonna sign her, and we're gonna see how good she gets. Fingers crossed. However, her stats is here, improve rate. Oh. So this is just going to happen automatically regardless. Okay. Well, she's going to get a lot of fitness. She's going to get some consistency, which is nice. Her smoothness is the thing that's improving the fastest, and it's like already nearly going to be capped. She's going to be so good on tires. Holy crap. Yeah, man, let's do it. You don't really use the feedback anyway. So I don't use the feedback for the green bar, but the feedback determines the ability to get the level 3 car and tire advantages. Yeah, I'm gonna sign her. And I'm not gonna do the mistake last time where it just goes to the default and wait, that's not who I wanted to replace. Because yes, replace the reserve driver, who's not a real driver anyway. So this is gonna increase our costs, but you know what? Probably fine, right? Okay. And then we have an actual backup driver if someone gets injured this time. Because we had to run Emma at the end of last season? The one where we actually got promoted? Or maybe the season before that. Brakes are done. Okay, great. Let's hop over here. And what we need to do... So, engines, I might let them get capped out. 98's pretty good. That's gonna be fine for weight stripping. We're gonna throw the new brakes in here. 1 day after race. Actually, this brake is gonna be pretty damn reliable and usable this race, which is nice to see. It does weight it. I think the further away you are from being maxed out, more the points go there. So the last few percentage here go fairly slowly, but because it's mostly being dumped in this category is, I think, the way they try to do it over here. Emma's Motorsport Adventure is over. I know. Maybe she comes back as someone you can actually hire. Maybe she'll get some work again. We'll see. Do we want to work on a new part? Yes. And in that case, what? We're done on brakes this season. We're done on rear wing this season. I think we might be good on suspension this season. How about we bang out... our gearboxes are starting at 284. Do we want to bang out a couple of front wings? I think a couple of front wings. What kind of front wings can we build? Luckily, wings are cheap and fast to build. He can get additional good. We don't know what they're going to look like yet. Well, we're definitely going to do this to start off with. Oh, yeah, and I think next level we're going to take the additional good here, and we'll just, like, bang out more of those. It's going to be kind of nice. All right, we'll just get this at first, which actually might mean we could actually run the new wing pretty quickly. It's not much of improvement over the base, but we'll, I think we'll get started with this, and that's going to be okay. We might not use that wing. Yeah, I know our gearbox sucks. Everything about our car sucks. It's our first season in new league, and somehow we did get a podium in the very first race. We must be doing something okay. All right, pre-race gossip, that's fine. Race in progress, so that's going to be okay too. Let's take a look over here at our parts. Yeah, why are they still in here? They must be at like 99.9, because they do get removed from the thing automatically when they hit actually 100%. Theoretically, we might do another suspension. It feels kind of unlikely though. No, let's just do this. It's gonna be fine. Okay, so racetrack. It is only 25 laps. Fuel burn is low. Now, our rules are still, for this league, we're at 80% fuel tank, so almost certainly there'll still be one pit stop. Tire wear is very high, so I suspect we might be lucky to get 2 stop out of Martson. It's almost certainly going to be a 3 with Porter, and for all I know, it might be 3 with both. Looks like it's going to be clear the whole time. All right. Sponsorship, we are going to just take a Golden Tiger over here because we can't really expect a huge finish. And let's make sure that we actually have the newest parts put out. So there and there, those are looking good. There and there, there and there. Okay, all the newest stuff. Maurer, he's unhappy. We could do this and give him the better one. Sure, why not? Yeah, this is an oddly shaped track, huh? Phoenix, but it looks like they can connect over here. So you can have something that's much more oval. Wow. But yeah, this is like one long, fast corner. So you don't need to like slow down to a stop and then re-accelerate. So that's why the fuel burn is probably low. But tire wear is always the worst in these fast corners. You're right at the limit of grip the entire time and just shredding your tires. And even here, it's not until you get sort of here that you get your first actually aggressive, like, slow corner. And then here again. You go the other way. Well, whichever then. Whichever. Do we, though? It's hard to tell from the pit entrance and exit which way is which, but either way. Alright, so I don't think there's anything... We'll remember the 25 laps total, because it is annoying to me that in the practice it doesn't show you that. I hate the Phoenix track layout in Motorsport Manager, especially in layout A, only oval. Yeah, it's pretty boring. But this is our first time racing here, because this was not in the European league when we ran it. So, because I've never seen this screen before. Yeah. I guess it's actually just an oval for itself. Like this they must use this for Indy or NASCAR, and then they've got the proper sort of F1 style circuit in here as well. Indy's some on oval and some on circuits, right? I've never watched Indy. Know the driver's neck when running counterclockwise. So we won't use her, because presumably we don't have to. let's take a look at our tire situation here, first of all. So on our sauce, 25 laps? So Porter would have to 4-stop if we ran him on softs. He might end up being able to do a stint on softs. In fact, that's likely going to be the case. It's probably going to be medium, medium, and then a soft stint. What we might do with Max Porter, who does have a trait right now that he's starting each race on Form 10, which is really helpful for us. Although, here's the funny thing with Max Porter. You know, he's got a 13-foot... He crashed. It's like, rock solid. I'm not crashed in years. You crashed last week. What are you talking about? What kind of crack are you on? So I was thinking we might actually start him on the softest because he does have the first lap hero, and we might just push him through as much as possible. But because he's going to do most of his stints on mediums, we're going to want the medium knowledge. Now, before I go messing with the rest of his car, I'm going to check things out with Maritson over here. Yeah, Maritson, as long as he doesn't overstress the tires, can one-stop this race, which is 100% we're going to go for. So yeah, we're going to run on mediums for both of them, which is going to be lovely. Now, I do expect this is going to be a low downforce track. Porter's mechanic figures in that range. I'm just going to double check and sort of sanity check with Maritson. He was a bit more middle of the road, but I suspect we are in fact going to be fairly high on the downforce, fairly highly top speed oriented, probably more understeery for this. It's hard to tell. But for all the high speed corners, I would think maybe something a little bit more like that. With Max, yeah, more understeery. Interesting. His engineer thinks there might be a little bit more acceleration based, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Stiffen the suspension a fair bit over here, and we're going to drop the downforce pretty substantially. And actually, yeah, we're going to bring the speed balance. So yeah, I'm betting he's going to want it somewhere around here, in fact. Okay. Let's put them out on practice. I definitely want to... Now, here's the thing. We can consider starting to do weight stripping. Now, we get an opportunity before practice, before qualifying, and before the actual race to do weight stripping, right? As far as I know... Oh, we can do overall. As far as I know, we don't lose any reliability during practice and qualifying, right? So, whether we strip now or later, I don't think it matters, does it? Does anyone know? I think it's fine to do it now. So my thinking is I'm going to be fine with leaving... I want 80% reliability. So I'm going to strip down to 80%. We might want a little more on the brakes, because see the wings... the wings are the things that are the fastest to replace. Yeah, qualifying matters, but we could still strip it before qualifying. You know what I mean? I'm going to leave it a little higher here. I think we'll do something like that. Oh, you can apply to the other car from those buttons. We'll do something like this. So I want to keep the reliability above 80 where I can. Performance gain plus 150 over here. Crucial parts lose more reliability, don't they? And that's the other thing. Does it say crucial? It does. So you know what? Maybe if it says crucial, we'll try to leave it at 85%. I don't know if they lose more reliability. I know their performance difference matters more. You get punished more if your performance on a crucial part is worse. Yeah, I don't think we can strip the engine anyway because of spec parts. And yeah, I don't know if I would. I might strip them down to 90, but that would be the limit for the engines because you basically you consume your reliability for the engine in higher engine modes. We'll try something like this. My first time doing the stripping. My first time stripping, guys. Be gentle. All right, let's go to practice. This is my favorite minigame. Send out. Race trim is what we want. And go. Send out. I think what it does is it sets someone up in qualifying trim and someone in race trim so you can sort of balance out the perks. But I want to make sure we max out the race trim. That's always my priority. All right. Go, 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 go. And then bring in. It says his form is 6, but I think during the race it'll be 10. I don't know about qualifying. Okay. Oh, we got the handling bag on. They actually do want much shorter gearing. Well, he was really high up there and very poor on the downforce. So we need to crank a lot of downforce into this. And for the gearing, yeah, let's bring it to somewhere like here. And the handling, I don't want to change quite as much because we're in the great. We're going to try to find the excellent. do something like that. It might become good. It's still great. Excellent might be in the middle, but I would sort of think that excellent might be on the other side instead. Okay, something like this. And here's Max. Oh, there we go. We got his speed balance to great right away, which is nice to see. But yeah, the arrow looks like we were way too light on the arrow. So let's do that. Handling needs a fairly significant change. Let's go to something like that. And the speed balance, I'm going to do something like that. And then let me flick the handling back a little bit more that way. And hang on, I heard the whiskey and chocolate. One sec. Something like this. Send you out kind of like that. We'll see what happens. What's the whiskey and chocolate? It's Banana Cabana! Woo! Dance for us, Quill! Oh. Yeah, no one wants that. The infield needs grip. Yeah, I mean, there are some pretty aggressive corners in there. We tried to be as aggressive. We tried to do the Ferrari no downforce kind of, you know, build, and it turns out that doesn't work so well. Yeah, there are definitely some aggressively slow corners in the middle there. In lap. Hey! Alright, well, we found the handling from Maritson, but that's about it. Well, actually, we're 84% overall, which isn't the worst. Okay, it went from very poor to... Okay, we actually still don't know if we need to go right or left. I'm gonna go to there. And the speed balance was poor. We still don't know where we need to be, really. I'm gonna shorten this up a fair bit. I'm not worried about where we end up with the handling, because we know where the excellent handling is. So we're just gonna focus on trying to find the rest of the stuff for the car. So coming out right over there. Mm-hmm. 82%. Very poor to poor. Wow. Handling was okay. We found great, which is nice. Speed balance, okay. Was great there, was great there. We're going to want some fairly different speed balances between these two. I'm going to go one notch further to the left over here. Now, the handling, we want it to be fairly close to this thing, which is going to tweak the speed again. Do something like this and see what it says. Minigames being harder than normal. I know we could load a thing and whatever, but I really like this minigame. Just being really rough. There we go. Couple of purples, a green, 96% overall. That I'm fine with. Now, what I'll do is I'll give a little flick to the handling. Just a scooch. Something like this. And see if we end up at slightly higher than this. But you can stay out the rest of the race. How's our knowledge? We only got race trim 1, so you're going to stay out on race trim for the rest of this and try to get some more info for me. As well as maxing out our medium tires. And then Max Porter over here. Okay. I'm getting there. We're at 90% overall with him. Could certainly be better, but it's, you know, not as bad as it could be. So we'll give a tiny bit more downforce and see what that does over there. In terms of handling, it was great. Yeah, they're both this. Yeah, these were both. Oh no, that was further to the left, and we're there. So we still don't know where the excellent is, but it's probably fairly close. Speed balance was great here and became good there. So he actually wants more speed. This is going to be to the right of his previous great. And great. Those are pretty close. So slightly to the right of the great for the handling as well. We're still only at 90 overall. Oh, that's because we trashed the speed balance so much. I might bring you in one more time. Yeah, I might bring you in one more time. We don't have a lot of time left, but we may need to make one more adjustment to you. I don't think we're going to get to level 3 on anything here. Oh, we actually made the... oh, that's actually really good information. The fact... Oh, it's whiskey and chocolate. Hold on. I'm in there. One sec. I promise. The fact that we went from great to good with the handling, so now we know the handling actually needs to be on the other side. So that was great. This is great. And I don't think there's any room in between these two greats for an excellent. So I'm going to say to the left of this is where the excellent is actually supposed to be. Speed balance was great. Is great. 91. I'm going to hope that this is good enough and not do anything else. Excellent for the downforce might be just in between these two. Just do this. All right, stay out for the rest. I mean, I don't think you've got much time, but we'll go ahead and do this and then stay out. I'm a little worried we're not going to get Porter's percentage up as high as I normally like, but that's going to have to be that. Use qualifying as more practice. We can't make any more adjustments at that point if we go into a Parc Fermé. Why am I saying it like an English person? Like, just say Fermé. Fine. Fermé. Yeah, we were making some pretty dramatic changes to our car setup, so it took a lot more time in the pits to make the adjustments. There was an extra stop, I think, that I'm used to, and the changes were pretty dramatic, so the pit times were a lot higher. Hey, you got some gift subs, too! Okay, first of all, before we go into qualifying, I want to give a shout-out to It's Homing Pigeon! Hey, Homing Pigeon, thank you very much for contributing to the tire and fuel fund. The ideal setup for both drivers is within 10% of each and is within their green range, so you can narrow down the perfect setup by comparing the green areas of each driver. Perfect setup for each will be within the intersection. I guess that's true. So both drivers, they'll have slight differences, but not that different, and so we could use that for a little bit. That is an excellent point. We'll go ahead and set this up. Not that any of this matters for qualifying in any way whatsoever, because we're not using mediums, but we don't have any race knowledge that can help out. There's nothing that we can set up over there. Oh, can we do with more setups? I thought it was locked, but maybe not. We did get the 94 with Porter. So that's going to be okay. I guess we can do another little bit of an attempted tweakification over here. It's great. Yeah. So I'm right in between of the two greats, and that didn't lead to anything better. That's a little unfortunate. Handling was great there. So these are two greats, so we're to the left, which we thought was okay. Yeah, I'm not going to mess with it. It's going to be fine. Go ahead. That's going to be okay, too. We'll double check over here. We got the 97 of Martin, which feels good. So yeah, you go ahead and do that. And unlike the practice minigame, I do not like the qualifying minigame. So we're gonna go ahead and just simulate the session. Oh yeah, we can check we'll check the condition of the parts before the actual race too, for potentially some interesting information there. So in terms of pure car performance, it is actually very expected that we qualify somewhere down here. Sucks, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, so I didn't realize Parc Fermé is not a thing in here. I thought it locked us in after practice. So we're gonna start pretty down low. Now, is Martin ahead of Porter? Because that would be annoying. No, okay, Porter's ahead, which is good, because Porter's got the first lap hero. So we want race trim. I think we figured out last time the medium tires are, this is effectively going to save us more time than minimizing some of our pit time. Now, Porter is going to have to pit 3 times, but I think we'd figured this is better. Now, he's only going to do, well, I was going to say 2/3 of the race. He's going to do 2/3 of his stints on medium tires. He's going to do probably about 80% of the race on medium tires. I think this is still faster than the shorter pits over here. Now, with Martin, oh wow, we can even do the medium tire stuff. This can guarantee that he can make it on just a single stop. I think he was already going to do it on a single stop, but this is going to guarantee. Oh, Parc Fermé may only be after qualifying, that's true. Porter's 2 stopping, so he'll have 3 stints. He's gonna go soft, medium, medium. And Martin's just gonna go medium, medium. Assuming everything works out. Yeah, 84% over there, which is fine. I'm gonna start you on the softs, that's gonna be okay. I will start you with full fuel. This is one of those discussions we have all the time. As far as we can tell in terms of math, more fuel, like fully fueling at the start is most correct because refueling time is so long that you want the best way to save time is to minimize how long you have to refuel when you actually do pit. So we're just going to go and start with full fuel. Yeah, the turn performance. So that is one of the things that I wasn't able to properly figure out in the code. I think race trim affects every single aspect of your car, including the tires. But I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. So I think the 15% performance for race trim is better than the 15% performance for medium tires. Not 100% clear, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be the situation. So with Morrison, we are going to two-stop you, so because you can do it on mediums. And in fact, you're probably not going to have much problem with hitting the lowest performance band. You might dabble in it a little bit, so we have to make sure. So we want to pit him probably when he's got 12 laps left in the race. Will probably be around there. Will be the optimal thing. Yeah, one stop, two stint, one stop. I think I keep messing up those words. Okay, we're gonna go with something like this. In terms of strategy, I think we're going to start everyone on the double red. We may have to pull back Maritzin's tire wear pretty quickly, though, if we're concerned about making one stop. It's a warm day as well. Temps are definitely going to be something we're going to have to manage. So actually, that's probably going to encourage us to be a little bit more relaxed on our tire, so I think that's going to be okay. Better tire wear is an effective performance boost, stay longer and better bands, and that is true. Oh yeah, we 100% we're going for the reduced tire wear thing on Maritzin. 100%, because yeah, that's going to save us a stop, and is going to keep us out of the lowest band for longer, which is beautiful. The only question is whether race trim or tire trim would be better, but I think race trim will be better. We'll check the weight stripping, and we can, to me, confirm that the reliability on the parts did not change here. I'm not going to strip anything else off, though. I think we're going to go with just this, because I don't want to have to do mid-race repairs. That would obviously be terrible. Okay, let's go. Lights out, and away we go. Porter with a good start. Actually, oh, this guy had a bad start, but then held up Maritzin, who's then getting pulled all the way back to 20th place. That is rotten luck on the start. That is rotten luck. Porter catching up to this pack over here. Can he get through all of this mess as we come in? Oh yeah, so we're going around this way. So we start the race going through all the curly bits. Well, that's not true. We start sort of on this long, fast straight, but we wouldn't have necessarily been up to full speed at that point. Can Maritzin or can Porter overtake a little bit more? If he wastes his entire first lap hero stuff, kind of stuck behind things, that is going to be awful. Come on and overtake. There we go. There's a little bit of space. Martin's still in 20th, though. He was fighting for 19th for a second, but having a hard time. We're coming around on the inside. Makes up another space. He's up in 14th now. That's really good news. Temps are still okay. With Maritzin, you know what? We're gonna pull back to a conserve right away, because I'll give you until the end of the lap to try to pass this guy. It looks like you may be catching up. Oh, he's being pushed off the side. I think he went onto the grass for a second there. Who is this? Masala. Damn you. All right, first lap done. Up into 18th, still pushing. Everyone's probably, no, they're not actually on the double red, and temps are getting a little higher. I'm going to push Maritzin back to the yellow right away. And I'm going to put Porter onto the orange here, because he's starting to get to be a little bit, yeah, chicken tikka masala. My enemy here. All right, Porter doesn't have his first lap here anymore. Mostly, I'm bringing this down for the temps. And of course, the soft tires do degrade pretty quickly. As Maritzin, we just need to make sure he's got to put in 13 laps on his medium tires. I don't think we're going to have a problem with like running to zero, and the cliff on mediums is 5%. We probably will spend time in the lowest band, but I don't think we're going to hit the cliff. And on the mediums, it's not so bad going to the bottommost band. Like, it's the worst on your softest tires. We're really, when Porter talks about his tires getting degraded, we're going to want to pull him in. Okay, we need to bring that down because the temp continues to rise. In fact, I think the temp is continuing to rise in yellow on the mediums, which means we might have to go to a little bit of conserve. Porter's up, oh, he's up to 12 for a second there. I'm really watching this temp. I think it's still climbing. I think we might have to go, we'll just go to conserve so that it doesn't overheat the tires too quickly. Martin's probably going to be fine on yellow. I think it's a little bit more stable. The medium tires, of course, have a little bit more space for the heat. Remember, the only thing that matters, we want to make sure we don't hit 100% on the tire temp. Nothing else matters. 0% and 100%, that's all. Being in the red line, none of it makes a difference. Engelhart following us from league to league and just smashing it here in the Asia Pacific Super Cup. There's probably an opportunity at some point where we could have snagged him at the start of the last league, but we did not get there. I think the temps are still climbing a little on the medium, but barely, barely, barely. So it looks like it's pretty stable here on the yellows with Porter. So 13th place, sponsor objectives have been reached. Of course, they'll run a little bit slower when we do swap them tires. Get Porter on boost to get ahead of drivers on medium tires. I mean, I don't know how much he's being held up exactly. He's not right on someone's... If he shows up and he's right on someone's gearbox, then I'll go ahead and give him the boost. I mean, there's a little bit here, but not really. It's still a half second apart. And if I gave him anything else, we would start to overheat. In fact, I think the temps are still climbing on Maritson here. I think they are. Snag Engelhart and put him in reserve just for spite. Now that is funny. Hey, why don't you just go to conserve? You're having such a hard time fighting. Let's make sure to save your tire a little bit. Yeah, see, he's not actually right on someone. Getting quite a bit of tire wear. Are you already in the lowest performance band? And that is a hell of a drop. On the softs, it goes from a 0 second per lap penalty to a 1 second per lap penalty to a 5 second per lap penalty when he hits that bottom level. So his tires are already in the worst possible situation. I'll give him full attack and then tell him to pit. God damn, Porter. God damn. I mean, we have to pit him. We're just going to have to be more delicate with the mediums. Probably only run him on yellow tire performance. So, refueling, the first lap added does have a 3 second penalty right away. And then it's 1 second per lap. So it's 4 seconds for the first lap of fuel. I don't think we shouldn't have to, this should be fine here. I don't think we refuel at all on this stop. It's just going to be really short. Nothing to fix over here. And here the risk is not worth it because it doesn't change the times too much. I'll leave it on balance rather than add an extra second over there. So we're going to go ahead and pit with Porter. He's just going to pit for mediums. No fuel change. And that's going to be that. And yeah, he's going to come in last. Pray for a safety car as soon as he comes out the pits. That would be a good little catch-up. Or safety car now, since we're going to pit anyway. But yeah, we'll just try to burn up the rest of his tires here. We might have wanted to just triple medium Porter. I'm not sure the softs paid off enough for us. Since they're so short duration anyway. Well, there's the tire churn. Maybe this was the message. We might have been able to do 1 lap on the 5 second delay. I don't know. Meanwhile, yeah, Martin is still trying to maintain that temp. We're going to drop this down to neutral right away. Oh, also the engines. Not so bad. Most people are still running on red. We still have 80% condition. Yeah, you can still run on red engine mode, I would say. Get Martin to crash himself so we get a safety car. Yeah. Now that's the 2000 IQ play right there. Oh, right, that second one's the tire temp. Yeah, okay, so he was complaining about being the lowest performance band. I was just forgetting about the tire temp message. That's all that was. So we're hoping that Markson makes up stupid amounts of places by not having to pit too early. But yeah, we might have been too aggressive on Porter's tires. We might have just wanted to run. Well, we did bring him down pretty quick. I'm thinking we should have just triple medium him, especially since we had the medium tire tech, and he was already going to pick the medium tire tech as part of his loadout. I think that actually would have made a lot more sense. Potential crashing was done in F1. Got a slap in the wrist. Wow. Oh, Porter. Okay, well, Woodford has just pitted. Tires. Okay, tire temps seem to be stable in the yellow. I definitely don't want to push Porter any more than this because he's going to have a hard enough time making these tires last well enough. He's going to have to carry this tire until lap 15, ideally. And yeah, the heat is going to go up, which means we're going to run on conserve at some point. You're 15 seconds behind. You know what? Just go conserve now. You're not overtaking anything. Let's just wait until you're a bit more in the pack, and then we can give you that. And with Martin, I'm actually wondering if I should go drop him down to blue mode for his tires. Fox is pitting with mechanical problems. That's interesting. there any shady tricks that have not been done in F1? Yeah. No, Sec Trek, you're talking about the cliff. That is different than the performance band. So the cliff, which for softs would be... no, those numbers are wrong. Hards are 0%, mediums are 5%, softs are 10%, supers are 15%, and ultra softs are 20%. That's the cliff, and that's where you get an 8% performance band penalty. So I don't know if your information is out of date, or maybe for a different version of the game or something. Oh, my microphone is blocking his form. Microphone is blocking the form. There you go. But yeah. But the tires have 3 different performance bands, so that's one of the things. And with the softest compound, and that is unrelated to the actual compound name itself. So the cliff is based on the actual compound. The performance bands are actually just based on which tire for this circuit is the softest, the middle, and the hardest. It's a little confusing. Did Engelhart, Humperdinck, Pumpernickel get mechanical issues? Oh my. Wow, Smith and Sharp have really pushed their soft tires a long time. I'm so freaking jealous. Yeah, I thought Porter was supposed to have the Form 10 thing. Maybe it just expired. It's possible it just expired. Before the race. Martin has the best tire wear in the race, you can't fire him. Yeah, if only he was more marketable. The problem with Martin, he's just ugly. He's just ugly. Man, can't use him to advertise anything. You can't put him in an underwear commercial. He's got a weird schlong. I don't know, man. Can't grow a beard, so you can't use him for shaving ads. It's really unfortunate. Just Martin. Oh, great driver. Terrible to look at. Yeah, Porter is climbing nicely. I think most of these, I don't know if any of these overtakes have been genuine or if they've all been just overtaking people in the pits. He does have someone right on his ass. I'm going to put him up to neutral for a bit. So he got maybe a 1 second gap behind him, which might not happen. 15th, that's Engelhart, who's a great driver. He's also pushing damn hard. How is our engine wear is okay. Fuel might actually start to be a problem. I'm going to drop you down to yellow over here. Or at least orange. Orange, so the extra fuel usage is so much higher in overtake mode rather than high mode. For, like, the performance gain between each one of these steps is kind of linear, but the fuel usage is much higher in overtake. I'll give you a little tire, but we're going to pull back on that because I'm actually starting to get concerned about this. Yeah, fuel wear, but you're okay. We're going to do a big fuel up. You're going to be fine over here. Actually, this is going to be fine, too. Jesus Christ. Yeah, he's going to get passed by Engelhart. And you know what? That's just the way it's going to have to be. We're currently 7th and 10th. Martin's up in 7th place, having done nothing except not pit. I don't think we're going to put... I mean, you are right on this guy. Yeah. Double red for a sec. Losing him on the straights. I mean, we're going to be pitting soon anyway, so do we really have to overtake someone? You know what I mean? And the guy in front of us is about to pit anyway. Yeah, no, hold on. Just bring this way down. Let's actually conserve a little bit more. Higher. Yeah, none of the people in front of Martin have pitted. That's true. Well, presumably. I mean, some of these might have started on softs, like they might have a really bad deg, but I don't think that's the situation. So the percentage band for Martin is going to be a little lower for when he complains about going into the lowest tire band. And it's not as much of a penalty. You're not going from 1 second to 5 seconds per lap. On the mediums, oh, I don't have my spreadsheet open. I think we're going to lose about a second per lap when he hits his lowest deg. Maybe 1.5 seconds per lap on the lowest deg. So it's not quite as crippling. Yeah, it's not really a problem at all. Where's the pit straight? It's down over there, so the other place... I think we're going to do one more lap like this. And you're fine. There's a guy right behind him. He's on softs. Interesting. And more aggressive engine mode, better form. Yeah, he's going to get past. We're not going to fight him. He's just faster, faster, faster. I mean, holding him up as long as possible is nice. Now, we haven't gotten the message yet about his tire wear, I don't think. There it is. We could pit now. We're going to do one more lap like this. Since we're already in the bottommost egg, and I'm not really worried about hitting the cliff, I'm going to put him up to a push over here. If he starts overheating, it degrades twice as fast, but we're still going to be fine. I'll bring you down to a conserve for a sec here, because you're going to start whining. That was at 26%. I think it'll be a little earlier with Porter, because he doesn't have the same extra boost to his wear, like his smoothness and things. The smoothness gets applied to the highest band, I think. So he'll be a higher percent. He's coming up soon, and I don't want to double stack him in the pits. So yeah, you just where are we? You're here. So you've just gone past the pit entrance? No. Yeah, okay. You're pitting this time. That's going to be fine. So you're going to be mediums for the rest of the race. 11 laps remaining. That's looking good. We're going to round this up. So if we do this, this will round up to 11. Let's do this. So this will give us 12, which means we can run on orange for the rest of the race, which sounds great. Park condition is all fine. We can save 3 seconds for an 11% extra risk. This is definitely within our EV wheelhouse, so we're going to do that. I don't have my chat open. I'm worried I'm going to miss an important message. Okay, so very good on Martin. Yeah, well, I mean, he was doing a little extra push because we didn't care about the tire stuff. So he's only got half a track left. We're going to do this. And we can even put you in high, and that's going to be okay. It turned red. Oh, yeah, it turns red at, I think, 25% it turns red. So Porter... we'll be whining about the deg soon. We're just going to try to... we'll try to wait until we're in the lowest performance band, and then we'll give it hell at that point. But you're going to pit next lap anyway. You know what? There you go. There's the wear right there. Oh, no, my tires are dead. Yeah, your deg is through the roof. You're fine, Martin. You should be... you're here. Yeah, you're nearly at the pit entrance. What's the actual time difference? I guess it's the gap over here. There's a 14-second difference between these two. Oh, but Porter can't pit now because his tires don't last as long. Yeah, you got to make your tires last longer there, Porter. You need at least, there's only 11 more laps. You only need 1 more lap to go. No, you're fine, actually. Go to push. You're not going to pit this lap. We could double stack in here because the pit stop is short enough. Oh, well, with all the fueling, maybe not so much. Yeah, you would have been, well, you'd be going slower. I don't think you would have been held up very long. But you would have technically. We'll pit you on the next lap. So Martin, you're going to go to neutral, high. You might have to do a little conserve. Let's just put you on neutral for now. And Porter, if we pit you now, that's going to be 10 laps. Yes, indeed. We'll do this, so you'll end up with 11 laps of fuel in your car, which means you can run it longer. That's okay. 3 seconds saving for the risk is going to be okay. We could do some repairs while we're in here, you're right, because we can probably fit it in at the same time. This would not change our overall pit time. However, this would be another thing that there could be an error made on. And I want to prevent the chance of errors, especially if I'm going with a fast strategy. So I'm not going to repair it because I think our wear there is going to be okay. I think so. We'll pit with Porter over here. You can definitely go to high engine mode. That's all good and groovy. And yeah, you can just go to full attack with your tires here until it's pit time. Same time at 50% tires, 50. That is incorrect, Narnan. So, hang on. Let me open my my spreadsheet. Motorsport Manager tire times. So, if we are on the middle tire, which we are in this race, the medium tires are the middle tire for this race. So depending on the exact tire wear of our car design, the smoothness of the driver, and the this racetrack tire wear stat, the medium tires are going to go from the middle performance band to the bottommost band at around 34%. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So, Delay. So on the medium performance band, which is going to be about from 75% to about 34%, again, depending on the individual driver and their car, on the medium band, we are going to be having a 2-second per lap penalty. Once we hit that lowest band, which is again happening about 34%, we go to a 3.5 second per lap penalty. So we're 1.5 seconds per lap slower. That's before we hit the performance cliff, at which point we'd get an 8-second per lap penalty. So that's obviously like unbelievably bad. So right now he's 1.5 seconds slower than he would be at 50%. I know, its game is really unclear about their info. It's super duper unclear. Some of this info you can get from an XML config file. Yeah, you're fine. You've got your pit, yeah. Some of it, I literally went and decompiled the game to get some answers to some questions because the game presents the information so weird and wacky, and in a way that, like, some of it, the stuff it tells you is just a lie. It's just a lie. So, I'll come out on neutral. I think you'll be okay. You won't run flat. It's possible. What I could do, actually, okay. So, use a mellow spreadsheet. So, yeah, this is a high circuit where you probably have a negative smoothness bonus. It's supers to mediums. So, the medium tires are boom, 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 boom. Stint length of 10. Total delay. Oh, mode, we are going to be on neutral. Okay. Yeah, he won't be able to, assuming my spreadsheet is vaguely correct, he's not going to be able to finish on supers, or rather on softs. Right, he's not going to be able to finish on softs, which we kind of knew. On the middle compound tire, which is what we're switching to, he should be able to finish just fine. And if he runs the whole thing on neutral, he'll finish with about 23% condition left, based on my calculations here, which means he will hit the bottommost band, but not for very long. We could also run on, if the hardest tires were available, which they're not, if there were, we could use those. We'd end the race at about 44% condition. We'd be about 5 seconds total slower. Over the course of the race, we'd lose about 5 seconds, but we could probably bump up into push mode, in which case, the stats start to change a little bit. In fact, if my calculations are vaguely correct, if I go from neutral into push, actually we'll run slower. Now that's interesting. Oh, that's total delay. Sorry, that's not the absolute time. We actually, on push, we would still end up the race with a little bit of condition left. We could probably push, except for the temperature, so we can't push the entire race because the temperature is too high. Okay, never mind. Okay. We'll just do some YOLO like red stuff at the end. We'll just stay on yellow for now, and that's going to be okay. Well, all I can tell you, Narn, is what the code says. That's all I can tell you. So fuel is excess on both, but that's not taking into account really the extra fuel that we are burning in this mode. We're going to do a sanity check as we go by the start-finish line and see how we feel about things. We're in 13th place, but a lot of other people are still going to have to pit. Where are we? 13, so right over here. No, these soft, no, there's no way. These guys here on these mediums, they're not going to last until the end either. A bunch of people still have to pit one more time. All right, Markson is coming through now. Now, it says lap 16. Now it says lap 17. It lies! And again, I always count this manually because there's the off by 1, right? In a sense, 25 minus 17 is 8, right? So that means we have 9 more laps left. This is plus 1. 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 9 more laps remaining. We have 9.83 laps worth of fuel. On orange, we use about 1.1 laps per circuit. The fuel wear is supposed to be a little lower on this, so it'll be interesting to see where it goes up. We might have to end up on yellow. We might have to sneak in a blue. I think orange for the rest of it's going to be okay. Porter's coming up back here. He's going to be fine as well. So 9 laps left. Yeah, that's looking the same. We should be okay. I think yellow's basically as much as we can run the tires, because the temp's going to go up. We're going to have to go to blue tire mode on both of them anyway, just to prevent the tires from overheating too drastically. So I think we are really good and stable on our configuration here. And we have to hope that our overall strategy is okay. I mean, if the race ended now, we'd still have our sponsor objective. Keep in mind, it's only the first 5 places in this league that give points. 5 or 6. 5, right? I think so. So it's going to be hard for us to really score any points. Although, it's possible. If we really big brain the strategy all the way, so the temp's getting quite high here. If we really big brain the strategy all the way, then we're going to be in good position. I'm going to conserve now, because we're not currently fighting for position. So we may as well go to conserve now. That's going to be okay. Whereas Porter's in the middle of some fighting. Oh, he was. Did that not say... Oh, some people probably just pitted around him. Because didn't it just say something like 0.3 and 0.2? So there's no one around him right now. I'll go into conserve on his tires a little bit here as well. Just to keep the temps under control. And we need to make sure they stay until the end. Top 5 positions pay. Or not pay. Ooh, mechanical problems! Didn't Englehart already pit for mechanicals? And they're going to come out on soft. They're going to come out fast as hell. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. We are in 5th. Currently, Martin is in the points. And probably 3 people up there are pitting. Well, Sharp might make it to the end on these mediums. If Sharp really babies them, I'm surprised you're not in blue mode. Really babies them, they might technically last until the end. But I don't know. Spacing still. There's someone coming up on Porter's behind on soft, so that's going to be a little hard to compete for. Let me put you on neutrals for a sec while you're defending. Marston still has tons of room around him, and yeah, we're just going to try to maintain the temps with this. For all I know, on green, it doesn't even really lower. It might lower just tiny slowly. We may have to go all the way to blue for it to lower. Porter's still in a big fight on both ends now. Mechanical potential problem behind him, which is interesting. I think this shows, like, something is in the red. I think when you see the wrench on the side, it means pitting for repairs. We are in 3rd. The only question becomes, is Martin going to be challenged from behind? As, say, Dylan and Englehart here on softs, and they are really quite good. How much do we have left? 3? Oh, we don't have a lot left. You know what? Let's go. I'm not worried about our wear. Well, maybe a little here, and I'm not going to go more aggressive with Porter, that's for sure. But Martin can definitely go into the yellow. We'll just try to avoid maxing it out. He's definitely got enough life in his tires to get until the end. We're in 2nd now. We're over here. 4 laps remaining, over 4. We'll do another sanity check as we go past the start-finish line to make sure we're okay. Speaking of start-finish line, Porter's going through now. So he's on lap 22, right? 22? Yeah. 2. So 4 laps remaining. Fuel is perfectly exactly where we want it. And it's almost certainly the case with Martin as well. Clark is not pitting again. The question is, from behind, 3.4 seconds and closing. Oh. Come on. We really can't push anymore. We might be able to do, like, the last lap on red and just say, like, you know, YOLO to the tires kind of thing. But oof. Okay, you've got to go to conserve, Porter. Your temp's starting to push it, and you don't have that much tire condition left either. Martin has a lot more tire condition. He's about to hit his lowest performance band over here. Personal best, sector 2. Martin, like, green. Can he green sector 3 as well? I mean, the amount of fuel he's got in his car is going down and down and down, so it makes sense. Triple green. He's not in the lowest performance band on the medium, so that's helped. So that's a personal best lap. Doing a personal best in every single sector. I'm worried about his temp, but that's about it. But we're very close to the end here. We got a lot of orange parts. But we're going to be fine. As far as I can tell, heart condition has no impact on performance. Time to pit for fresh tires. You're going to be fine, Porter. You're going to go until the end. You won't burst. Yeah, you're hitting your lowest performance band. Deal with it. Start finish is right over here. So we have 1 more lap to go. Final lap. We have more than enough fuel. We could even do a little bit on red. And I think we can just say, screw you, tires. You've done your work. We don't need anything else. And Max, I think we'll YOLO your final thing anyway. Go. Although, he's not going to hit the lowest performance. He actually still might not. Well, okay, if he reds this out, I don't know. The savings from red aren't enough to justify the lowest band. We're halfway there. No, we can just finish it. Porter wants to pit. We all want a lot of things. Yeah, actually, we may not... We're barely going to hit the lowest performance band before the end of the race. Morrison's, I think, is sitting around 31 or 32. He starts to whine. He's basically there. Yeah, we didn't even hit his lowest performance band. We're definitely there with Porter. But he finished the race ahead of sponsor objectives and everything. This should help his morale. Porter's got bad morale right now because he crashed last week, and then we yelled at him for it. Holy crap. One stop strategy, baby. Because think about it, we saved, it's probably about 30 seconds in here, in this game. So our gap, like, you can see how much further down we would be. Second podium of the season. Second set of points for Martin. So Porter scored points in the first race. Yeah, holy crap. Where's his third time placing? Could even be better depending on the penalties. 20 seconds for pit stop. I think 20 seconds is too conservative. I think the pit stops are longer than that. It might be 20 if you're just doing tires. No one got a penalty. Boo. So Engelhart got 2 points as a bonus for starting in pole, and Ollie got 2 extra points for the fastest lap of the race. We got 6 points overall here. Our goal was just not to end up sort of last this season, and we're doing well. Martin 17 places above where he started. I mean, Porter 10 places above sounds amazing, and then you look at Martin, you're like, how? Strategy, baby. We don't have the best car. We just have the best strategy. So, Drivers' Championship. Martin's 6th overall for that. Porter dropping down a little bit. And yeah, in the Constructors, the team, 5th! 5th! I was just happy when we scored 2 points the first race, and we're like, okay, we probably won't get relegated. Good God. Both pilots deserve the praise. Absolutely, 100%. 100%. I think there have been periods in F1 where it was basically like that. The only first, like, 5 places or so score any kind of points. They sort of started spreading things out and increasing the number of points over time. There's Porter's morale. It's almost certainly going to go up. Yep. Excellent. So they're not going to get any points. It'd be nice if you could fast forward through this. So Rhea got a few points over there, and hopefully is just improving over time as well. So that'll be good. Yeah, everyone's super happy. We lose money per race. That we have, like, instant thing. We could have gotten the second place bonus. I gotten the second place bonus. And yeah, in the press thing, they're probably going to whine about the, oh, you let your guy out even on bad tires. And it's like, screw you, I'm awesome.